Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 96, day 4. So today of course we have ourselves the Red Guild War day, as well as the start of the arena event. Of course you can end up doing some arena for a little bit of points, a little bit of value here and there, some gem keys, some event keys, a few other small loot. Overall, pretty underwhelming value, but we'll still be poking at it slightly. If nothing else, to get those 3 daily offers every single day. You could do that absolutely any day, even when it's not an arena event, but you get some extra loot while doing so during an arena event, so a little bit more enticing during those times, so we will be doing it. But first, of course, the main priority being the Red Guild Wars that we have going on. I think I might just stick with Zugov. Of course, our current red team is this one over here. The double empower. If you can't beat them, join them. But, where'd it go? The Red Guild War, which is basically just all in and power into, Zugov. The only big issue with this team is a lot of people use, Fistmate, X-Blubber, which converts blue to red, which oddly enough is actually detrimental to this team, and, can be a bit of an issue, sometimes. So he's going all into Red Book. It's a stealthy red book too, so you can't target it directly. So you know what? We might actually go for a shift in team for once. As much as I want to keep this team around, I am tempted to shift. Mostly because of how annoying this Empower is on this day. The fact that he does blue to red. Just because we're dependent on getting everything into blue in order to make things work. And then it just gets all the value from it, and then we lose. So we kind of need something that can actually hold its line a little bit better. With red itself, while also dealing with red book. So let's see. Obsidious. I want an Obsidious team. Let's see. Let's go build around Obsidious. Because I want to stun, because a lot of things will be using that exact same way. So let's go into red. Get empowered. That's not what I want to clear. Red. Empower. Okay. What do we have for convert? Ideally, we want to convert not into blue. Actually, if anything, we'd almost want to convert that can deny blue. That's yellow to blue. This one also does it to blue. Yellow to purple. We could make that work, kind of. Not sure we want to, though. Could try making Gimlet work. I definitely want to center around Obsidious for the 4x stun. Which means we do actually have access to 4x curse. We could build a... Oh, wait, are you elemental? You are. Hold up. Let's build an elemental team. Red elemental? Red elemental is definitely doable. Troop type elemental. We could definitely get away with a red elemental team. And obviously hero will be the last slot. We're mostly just looking for one other thing. Ideally a mana accumulator. That isn't useless. Let's see. Problem is none of these really do that well. A brown red storm. That could kind of be useful. Keyword on the kind of. Do you do any convert with blue? Green to Lycanthropy and yellow to Doomskull. You do not. Which is a bit unfortunate. Overall, I'm not liking our options. This Empower is bad, at least for what we need it to do. Firebomb can't be used in Arena. I mean, in Guild Wars, I mean. Let's see. We do have a new King Haldor, which is in drop table now, by the way. He deals some true damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by brown, knock them to the back, create 3 elemental stars. Not really worth it. The chance you actually get value from it is very unlikely. We do have Frostfire King as well. The only problem is it's mana conflict. So I might just have to pick something that isn't elemental for this other one then. And just base it around something red that just happens to not be elemental. Because obviously we ideally want Hero to be our last red if we can. Ideally with a very good... there's not anything that can synergize with them, can they? Because if I type in Elemental, Yeah, Elemental Bow does not use that color. And the other one is, well, they're not really from any specific kingdom. But let's just double check Explode then. Which also really does not have that many options. Gosh, that's not good. Fist of Heaven. Though I don't think we have a single other divine on our team. But it would allow us to now have something in first slot. That will kind of be our meat shield. And then we just need, like, ideally a red, yellow, Empower. The problem with that, though, is it does not exist. I don't think it does. Let me double check. No, doesn't exist. You kind of exist, though we don't really need you. You don't exist because we need that color. Yellow or purple actually would not hurt. Hold up. Lamish Stew actually could work here. We're feeding into not our mana accumulator, though, which is kind of weird. But it would kind of work. Because we really don't care if it dies too quickly. It has some Score Reflect there. We get a poke from it immediately. Ideally, we just get one big Obsidius going. Because it only needs 12 mana is another factor to keep in mind. And then, of course, we obviously go Elementalist class here. As this is a very Elemental-based team. Freeze, immune to Freeze. Brown Storm. Do I even need Brown Storm? Though the alternatives are so bad that I guess we just go with it. Barrier on brown. Extra brown mana, though we could also go for Submerge. So extra brown I guess is fine. We can also go for extra blue. Do I even need extra blue, though? Especially if they're going to be denying it. So we probably don't need it. Oh yeah, we can give Elementals magic. I'm not sure if we want that compared to a billion immunities, though. Because we don't really have much using magic. Like, it's just Obsidius and that's it. Alright, let's go test this in PvP real quick. But before we do, I need to go change our banner to something not useless. Ideally, we need a +1 into green with a +2 into something Obsidius related. Oh yeah, duh, we could just do, but then, I don't know, I think that's still worth it. A +2 green, +2 red. We have to minus purple, but we have more bannerage than any other coloration. The alternative would be nothing, so let's just go with that. A +2 red, +2 green. Alright, let's see how this does. Before we test it on Guild Wars, though, let's go poke it into PvP. Actually, I do not need 20% Mana Star, oddly enough. Ideally, we kind of just want pure cleanse. So I'm going to go replace these with all cleanse medals. And this will ensure we hopefully do not get completely disabled. Though if we get stunned, that completely invalidates those. So hopefully we do not get stunned. But if they just have like a flash freeze or something, it gets to deal with that. Like right here with Frost Feather, for example, it gets to deal with that pretty nicely. Alright, let's go test a few PvP battles real quick and then get into it. Also, hello everyone! Hope all you've been doing well. It's finally the weekend. Hello Isabel, hello Ricardo, hello Roman, hello Tyrion, hello Bill, hello hello Gimli, hello Gadget, hello Logic Slayer, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Peter, hello Genki, hello Clip Bomb, hello Barbara, hello Hollywood, hello everyone else, and hello everyone who hasn't said hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we have a yellow to purple convert. Can we do anything with it? Yes, kind of, not really. So we're going to double check to make sure he can't do anything. Oh no, he has the same yellow to purple convert. Wait, interesting. As long as we don't get a double right there, we should be fine. He's gonna get one poke of mana right there, though I'm just gonna let it happen. Okay, he got a lot of pokes of mana there. He also theoretically denied us in a sense, indirectly, because he got to do his own cast, which denied the cast to convert that we would have had. We'll now explode a bunch of stuff. We have Death Mark on something, though we do have a billion cleanses, so hopefully that'll work. Also, what on earth do you explode? Explode yellow gems? Okay, I guess we have to be careful if they have a deny on yellow then. Though, how common is a deny on yellow going to be on red day? Probably not that common. Deny on blue is very common on red day. The deny on yellow I don't think is nearly as common. Actually, what does summer convert? No, it converts brown to red. So yeah, that's not a denial of yellow. Because those are the two most notable ones normally. Is brown to red and blue to red on a red Guild War day, as far as being countered on. This is one of the few Guild War days where actually creating the color does deny it. In a weird sense. Mostly because of book. Alright, that just died to Death Mark, even though we have... How on earth do we die to a 10% when we have 3 10% chances to cleanse on top of natural cleanse chance? That is super unlucky. Luckily, this is not a Guild War battle, and luckily, we have resummon for this exact moment. We basically just get to summon an entire Divine team if we wait long enough. which is kind of our backup plan for when we do battles like this. Like, I feel like it's going to be like yesterday. Like, this team's going to be really good at... honestly, I feel like we should try doing that next Guild War. Though we kind of already slightly did it this Guild War. Which is try to build very, very safe teams that don't care how slow they go, but care how if they can win or not. Though this one's going to be so slow, I almost don't even want to play it all the way out, though. Given that this isn't a natural Guild War battle. Because we probably will ultimately win this battle. The problem is the speed at which we will do so is not ideal. Let's see. We'll take that over. I just realized I'm blocked on the Mythic. Gosh, this Mythic is so bad. It's basically Tesla if they managed to make Tesla as worse as they possibly could. Like, if they were trying to make Tesla into an epic troop, this is basically what this Mythic is. Actually, even more so, it's like if they tried making Queen Beatrix into an epic troop. Instead of the current Queen Beatrix, which is like a boss or mythic troop. Even though it's a legendary. But it's basically just weaker Beatrix. Yeah, it's a mythic. It doesn't even get a good side effect either. Especially when you compare it to how ridiculously good Beatrix's is. Which is cleanse all allies. I think we might have to abandon this battle. Not because I don't have confidence that we would win. But because if we don't, we could be here a while. Let's see. You boost ratio per 5 of everything you remove, right? Yeah, it's boosted by gems removed. So let's get rid of all this. Got a little bit extra damage in there. Explode just so he can get another giant spider. And then we get that thing webbed. And this is just going to rinse and repeat over and over again. Okay, let me just retreat for now. This is a natural Guild War battle. If it was, we'd play it out all the way, obviously. I'm mostly just trying to test. Okay, let's see how it does against Life and Death, and then we'll go mess in Guild Wars. But I'm pretty sure we would have won that. It's just we would be here for like 10 minutes doing that battle. Which if it was a Guild War battle, we would. But that is not a Guild War battle, so we shall not. The only problem with this team compared to the other one is with the Zugaf team, we're either going to win or lose near immediately. With this team, it is very slowly going to win ideally. The problem is the speed at which we'll do so, especially if it gets disabled on something. Oh, we didn't get right off the sky. Unfortunate. Just trying for it. There's a small chance we would have gotten it. Like, this is what this team's supposed to be doing. What it's doing right now. It wasn't doing that the previous battle, that is for sure. But this in premise is what it's supposed to do. And if we start losing stuff, then we start getting a billion divines summons. And then we just win. That is the premise of this team. Now, if we could just do this during Guild Wars, we'd be golden. Especially since that's a Life and Death team, which might get used today. But a lot of people really love using the anti-blue, anti-Zugaf build. Oh gosh, he has the infinite summon thing. That this team does not like. Which is going to be really annoying because quite a few people will use Thief Hero class today. And we don't really have a good way of dealing with Thief with this team. The biggest issue is the rate at which we do damage doesn't deal with Thief that well. Because unless we can get like a really good burst alignment. Oh good, he didn't go for the skull. Oh no, he just killed my damage source. We are actually going to lose this. Ah, maybe we do have to switch back to Zugaf, gosh. Life and Death got us. The biggest issue with this team is we just don't have this damage speed. And at this point, we would actually lose. I feel like we... Hey, Valkyrie, I remember when you were ultra meta. You were like barely ever used these days. But yeah, we would end up losing there. Interesting. We might have to change it up. Let's see. I need a actual battle. There is an actual battle, kind of. Oh, you've been doing it with the Joy-Cons? Yeah, they work pretty well. I normally only bring them out for Vault events, though I didn't the most recent one. Also, how on earth do we have so much cleanse, yet we're not cleansed at all? We have 3 medals for cleanse right now. There we go. There's the cleanse I'm looking for. But yeah, we might need to change up this team back to Zugov. My only concern with the Zugov build is it doesn't deal with Thief that well. Which is what pretty much everyone's going to be using today. Though in all fairness, this team also does not deal with Thief that well. Mostly because a lot of its damage is front-loaded due to the Mirage Queen. I have no Skull from Sky, unfortunately. Just a cascaded one. Yeah, we gotta catch us the bull. Like, we're most likely gonna win this one. The problem is how much damage and everything it takes back. This is not ideal. So I might just have to use Zugov build and just hope it doesn't fail, I guess. Red Day, I do have to say, is probably the most annoying Guild War day overall. The only other thing I could maybe think of doing is bring back Yagwei-Queen Titania, which is kind of tempting. So let me go try it real quick. It's been a while since we've ran Yagwei-Queen Titania, and that's one way to try to counter out people who put a lot of red on the board, which seems to be the main meta due to double empower. So let me go bring out you, Queen Titania. Some kind of mythic that is not useless. Maybe an empower. Actually, let me just get a really good mythic. Well, first things first, let's figure out what red weapon we want. I kind of want Dawnbringer, I think, here. Because it would cover most of our ground, and then we just find one mythic to cover the rest. Or a mana accumulator to cover the rest. So we'll get a Dawnbringer. First slot Dawnbringer? I feel like we should put Yagwei almost in first. And then we just need a red that has... let's see, what do we need? We need a red brown. Oh, Angry Mob. Angry Mob actually could work. Which almost makes me want to do Hero in first then. And use it as tank. And then have Yagwei behind it. And do it that way. Actually, maybe even put Yagwei there. Just to keep the double Angry Mob going. As our backup plan with Queen Titania into that. We could also put the Yagwei all the way in the back. But then I'm concerned he's going to get not that much mana. We then go deny the purple. Actually, if we're doing that, yeah, we actually do put it in back. Well, what if they run Life and Death? If they run Life and Death, it makes more sense. Well, if they run Life and Death, we'd actually switch Hero all the way to the back, oddly enough. I almost want to run Queen Titania at first slot here. No, we'd have to run Hero in first. I just hate how much it might block on red. But it's not really blocking on anything else, which is the relevant part. I do need +2 brown. Unfortunately, there's no way to give us both +2 green and +2... Actually, there is. I would need a +2 red, +1 brown banner, though. Which would also minus purple. The only problem with that is... Or, sorry, I need a +2 green, +1 brown. What am I saying? I need that banner. I need some... Oh, I can't minus red, though. No! The only green-brown banner in the game is minus red. Oh, well, back to original plan. Scratch that. That will eventually become a strategy you can use. It is currently not a strategy you can use. Because the only banner that we need that has the coloration is minus red, which for the very obvious reason we cannot do. Okay. Let's just roll with this team. Class, do we keep it Elementalist? I think we do. The problem is we don't have first turn Empower. So unless we're just starting with an amazing starting board, it might struggle a little. I just always want to put Angry Mob up a little. Because now that we're not feeding it as much brown, we do have +1 brown off the Elementals, though. And it will be barriering on brown. The problem is it takes a whole additional turn, so we do need a 20% mana start then. Unlike before. So we'll grab that. Alright, that should kind of fix our issue. Let's get into a battle and see what happens. I used to run this team back in the day. I eventually switched over to Zugov build, but I think we actually finally switched back. This is actually one of the only days I would actually run Dawnbringer in Guild Wars as well. Lately I haven't been running it at all. The Red Guild War is generally one of the ones you can get away with it, just because your durability options aren't as good normally on a red day, compared to most other days. So right here, ideally, we want to try to get purple to red alignment is by far the most important thing for us to get, as that's what actually gets us rolling in most of these situations. So we do get to Fairy Fire every extra turn. We actually get a lot of extra turn value because we get to stun, freeze, burn, entangle, and Fairy Fire every single time we take an extra turn. So the amount of value we're going to be getting is absurdly high. So we do that. We get a free... Oh no, we're one right off of free Queen Titania. Well, I can still Dawnbringer here. That gives us barrier so we don't take any damage. If it was one of those situations, we then do that. And then we poke kill you and we're good to go. Alright, let's go try one more team. Let's see, and then we'll go do it in the real thing. A Loader Slaughter, Yavandra team? Sure, I guess we'll fight that. I don't feel like that would be used in Guild War that often, though. While they're really strong together, I feel like that's more of a player-controlled team than a AI one. Because the AI tends to be pretty bad at using that combo. In all fairness, they're pretty bad at using most skull-related combos. Just because they normally have to be casted in a really particular way to actually not be useless. And the AI generally does not do it in the correct order. Sometimes it does and gets lucky. No, normally it doesn't. Let's see, we'll take that over. That gives us Angry Mob, which we're mostly just going to be using for board clear until we get a board that is better than what we have now. He just gave me full mana, though I think we might die before that's relevant. Let's see. Like an actual player would still be looping right now, I am pretty sure. So there's not enough red for us to be able to use here, which is very unfortunate, given the current circumstance of the board. He might actually kill us with Lord of Slaughter. Luckily, he just didn't do anything. He just gave full mana to... Oh, I think it'd still be scary, though. He gave full mana to Yavandra. Let's see. The biggest issue here is we don't have any alignment whatsoever. We might actually die to this team. Luckily, he keeps casting the exact wrong thing every time. Which is exactly what I was mentioning earlier. Skull? This is one of Yagwei. Yellow to Uberdoom Skull. Actually, let me take that then. Yeah, it's definitely Skull. Alright, we finally have Yagwei. So we do that. Get a Queen Titania if there's 13 plus red. No, there's not! There was 14 and then changed to 11. No, fail. Should have waited. Let's see. Oh, I might actually die because of that now. And that's why I wanted to put it in third slot in case we need that as a backup. Because I had a feeling we might at some point. Now being at some point. And then we'll go do real Guild War. Let's see. I need brown and red. The problem is there's no brown and red. And he keeps denying us. It's the only problem when it comes down to like a few colors. The AI actually is kind of good about denying whatever color you're supposed to be using. That it does do pretty well. You kind of just have to bait it into a bad situation, ideally. Like, we'd ultimately win this battle, obviously. Because worst comes to worst, Angry Mob just resummons like crazy or gets the extra damage poke. Alright, let's go do actual Guild War now. Yeah, the Guild War colors is different based on what platform you're on. PC Mobile has whatever coloration we have. We did okay on Brown Day yesterday. I think we scored 9,100 with 5-0. So it wasn't too bad. Alright, let's go do this. Okay, we're already way ahead, even though they have more battles in, so that's good. We're actually second place in this bracket. We might even take first, who knows? Might make first place bracket 5. Anyways, let's go see how bad this does. It is indeed Red Day. Alright, let's get into it. So, let's go die to book. So, right off the bat, he is blue to red, as well as brown to red. Oh yeah, we already got one big disable down. As well as an extra freeze. Or a fairy fire, I mean. So ideally we want to take brown and green. He has blue to red, which does nothing. And he has brown to red, which does something. So let me make it do nothing. And then we take brown again. He'll follow up by doing... Oh, red to blue, though. I mean, blue to red. I can't let him do that. I have to take this red. There's no other choice, otherwise he gets too much mana. So we do that. He'll ideally convert and get no value. Now is the scary part. Blue to red. Okay. So to deny this, we have to lose. There's not a way to deny it. I can hope for red off of Sky. I did not get red off of Sky. He got it. That's unfortunate. He has book ready. There was no way to deny both of them on that situation. I think we just died a book, as is per usual. I think we're still in this, though. We're not frozen. That's huge. We have a couple different skull movements. I believe this one up is our way to go, though. Okay, I could try for a resummon. There should be enough red to get a free poke. Our damage is insane. When Yagwei-Queen Titania works, it works. The problem is when it doesn't work. But when it wants to work, like double cast Yagwei is just so much damage with Queen Titania's 50% extra. Well, that was a weird battle, but it swung very quickly. He booked like 2 times and then he just auto-died the Yagwei, which is always great to see. Let's keep going. Interested in trying something new and completely different? We're kind of running something kind of new. Though this isn't too new. I used to run this a lot in the past, this exact team. Or maybe not this exact team, but a very similarly structured team that is nearly identical to this. Because this used to be like, I wouldn't say our original red team, but like about a year ago, I think we ran this a lot. As most of our Guild Wars. And we kind of returned back to it because there's so much double empower in the current meta for, though there's no empower here, oddly enough. But his team works a lot better against the double empower team that feeds to red. And you just have to hope you outspeed book without an empower. As long as you do that, you kind of just win with this team. We do not have Yagwei alignment, and the second we do, we basically just win. We still don't have it, though it's so much damage, I kind of just want to do it. I might go for a Dawnbringer first, and then do Yagwei. And then we won. Doesn't even matter if we have alignment here. As long as he doesn't kill us within that time. Which he might, he's about to do Beatrix. Okay, and then we win. Actually, probably should have taken that green just in case he, like, summoned off of death. I didn't check to see if he had that bandit summon thing. Didn't even check what the hero class was. Okay, so here's like the main... Why on earth do you have Behemoth? Wait, what? Like, the bottom 3 are correct. Why on earth is Behemoth your first slot? I know because he has Impervious, but still. Is there not a better Impervious option that you could have used after 6 other teams? Like, obviously, the super ultra meta of Axe Blubber, Book, and Child of Summer. Like, that's to be expected. But why on earth do you have Behemoth first slot? That's really throwing me off in that team. I'm pretty sure there's a better Empower you could have used there if you want. I mean, not Empower, I mean Impervious. If your whole goal was, let's go put a very strong Impervious in first slot. So he's brown to red, which I cannot stop, and blue to red, which I can stop. So is there any way I could move on the board to stop brown to red? Because if there is, then we should be fine. I guess we take brown. The only problem with taking brown is we do not get any value from it immediately. But I will do that. Which makes it so he doesn't have a good convert, which just means we just win then. Okay, so we take that over, take that over. Actually, we didn't win yet. As long as he doesn't have blue to red, though, I think we're kind of fine. And as long as I move this blue up, he can't do anything. Only problem with that... Oh, I could take red to blue. I was gonna say, the only problem with that is we don't get any value. But if I take red to blue, I don't believe that helps him at all. If anything, it actually sets us up with an extra turn the following turn if he goes for the convert, which he doesn't go for. I can just go for Yagwei. Ideally, we get Queen Titania up. We then cast Queen Titania. We then cast Yagwei again, ideally, though we do not have alignment, so we can't. We'll take another red. Then we cast Yagwei. Then we cast Dawnbringer. And then we won. I love when this team works. I still believe to this day that Yagwei-Queen Titania and Divine Ishbal Aquilin are the strongest no-mythic teams in the entire game. Though theoretically, this one is using the mythic of Dawnbringer. But I don't know, I kind of don't consider Dawnbringer to be a mythic. Though I guess it kind of is. But there are alternatives to using Dawnbringer. Ideally, you actually want to use something like Flamerfur with like a different Empower. But you can't do that on Red Guild War Day. Because the Empower would have to not be red and the weapon would have to not be red. But the non-red team of this doesn't use any mythic whatsoever. Not even Dawnbringer. Once again, we have this double, except this time he's using Magnus. They're all just using a different Impervious in first slot. They all seem like kind of weird choices, though. I'm pretty sure there's better options. Oh, no, this is later in the game. I kind of assume most people have everything. Though it is possible that they don't. Though it's very rare that we come up against a team that has, like, not max troops. Like, even here, look, he has 2 fully metaled mid-tier troops as well. So he definitely has resources if he's max upgrading 2 epics just for a little bit of durability. Speaking of which, how on earth do I not have Angry Mob fully metaled? I need to go do that. How do I still not have Angry Mob metaled? Is this our final battle? I think we have one more after this. I need to go do that, like, immediately. I actually do not know how I do not have it metaled. That is such an important troop to have metaled. I believe it's just durability, though, which is probably why I haven't. I don't always feel like the durability ones are that worth it, though. If you're running them in Guild Wars, it definitely is. It's one of the few contexts where it is worth it. He has blue to red, and... no, that's just blue to red. Unfortunately, I cannot stop him from doing that, so I could just try damage pressuring him. Dawnbringer's not enough to kill, though it is so much damage that I kind of want to go for it. Oh, no. It's not going to be enough to kill. I'm just concerned with how much red he's going to get. He's going to go book crazy. I could try for Destroy and just hope we get lucky. Unfortunately, he did not, though he did get Skull Distracted, which I guess is lucky enough. We do not have Yagwei alignment here, but I just go for Dawnbringer. The only problem with Dawnbringer here is... we're not actually killing anything important. We are getting 1 kill, but it's only 1 kill. Oh, and technically 0 kills because now it's a bandit. Of course. Can I get alignment here? Probably not. I'm going to take the red just to get it off. We're going to go destroy the board in a moment. Nope, we get alignment and we won. As long as he doesn't keep summoning bandits here, which are kind of in the way of what we're trying to do right now. I'll take red again. Unfortunately, due to a sequence of order, though, we kind of needed to do it that way. I do not have Queen Titania mana, so I could just go for Dawnbringer and then we won. Technically we didn't win, though, because there's almost a guaranteed chance he's going to get a bandit again. Okay, good, he did. Oh, wait, was he stunned? Maybe he didn't have any more bandits. There we go. Hey, before I forget, even if we don't have any more battles, I need to go max out bandit. Okay, we do have one more. I mean, not bandit. I mean, the troop we were just using. The Angry Mob. I have no clue how I don't already have this maxed. However, now would definitely be the time. You're an ultra rare, right? Yeah, just making sure. But he doesn't get much from this, but he does get some. The total amount of stats he gets are, math. 14 armor and 10 HP. Which is like, you know, 1 hit worth, kind of. It's 28 total durability there. That's pretty sizable. Compared to not having 20 extra durability. Like, that'll make him just randomly live. Especially since he summons himself, so it's even more relevant that he ends up getting that little bit of value. Because those summons also get that 28 extra durability. Which is even more noteworthy than him himself getting the durability. Because that means every resummon he does also gets a bonus. Also, that does mean we have every single thing fully metaled here, too. Because these are a few of the legends that I have fully metaled. Yagwei-Queen Titania, just because they're so good. So that means we actually have a fully metaled team, since Hero cannot be metaled by any means. He could just be leveled further, but it doesn't have any kind of metal system attached to it. Or at least not yet, anyways. Anyways, let's go do... let's go back. We have one more Guild War battle, then we'll go hand out a code, and then we'll mess with Arena for most rest of the stream, probably. At least for 3 runs, if nothing else. Anyways, let's go do it. Don't think we need to change anything else. Once again, we're up against this exact same team, which is kind of to be expected on a red Guild War day. Because we didn't click the thing to metal it. I know. I have no clue how I forgot to do it earlier. It's a pretty relevant trip to have maxed. Okay, he has blue to red convert still remaining. Blue to red's going to do basically nothing, though. Actually, I want to take it this way, because if he does do the convert, he gives us a free turn over there. He didn't go for it, mostly because he took the other extra turn that was sitting there. I can Dawnbringer him, or I can take the Skull. I kind of want to take the Skull because he's going to give us the mana. And if I don't cast Dawnbringer, I'm blocking myself less. So he still has blue to red, right? You don't have full mana. Wait, do you? I can't even tell because you're like so blocked by everything. I think he does. So he has blue to red and brown to red. Brown to red is scary. Blue to red does nothing. The problem is if he does both. I just have to hope he doesn't, or we could just take a green here, actually. Okay, he did the scarier one. He did the much scarier one. That is somewhat unfortunate. Dawnbringer died. We somehow do not have alignment here either, though we get so much value from it that I think we still cast. We could take this red here. However, I am more interested in casting Yagwei and just seeing what happens. Because we're getting a lot of Cascade from it. Oh, it's even within the striking distance for the thing as well. Perfect. So we'll get that. Yagwei can't do anything, so we'll board clear here. He still has... Oh no, he doesn't have any convert. So we simply just go resummon. Get our even tankier Angry Mob now that we upgraded it. That'll be funny if he actually survives based on 28 durability. Immediately getting value from the thing we just did. Currently he's not at that kill threshold. Though it'd be really funny if he does. Get immediate value. I guess we just board clear. I'll do the first slot, since he's the most likely one to randomly die if we miss. And we won. Oh, I should have done Yagwei. Would have gotten slightly more score because of the points. But oh well, not too big a deal. What does our score come out to with this? Not bad. 9,330. A little low. But for how consistent it was, I don't mind. Also, we are really ahead. We're basically same amount of battles done, and we're 20,000 up. So that's not too bad. Where are they in the bracket? Interesting. They're actually kind of up there, too. Oh, we're in first place in bracket 5 right now. Yay! Doesn't that mean we go to bracket 3? Oh no, next Guild War is going to be super annoying if we go up to bracket 3. I'm not sure if I'll ever go back to bracket 1. We were actually the first guild ever to make first place in bracket 1 when Guild Wars was first released. And we're really high thereafter as well. But we were the very first in Guild War number 1. 95 Guild Wars ago. But, yeah, we might move back to bracket 3. It's going to be close, though. That'd be funny if we're actually up against them on the final 2 days, or one of the 2 days. Wait, have we already faced them? Never mind. I think we already faced them. Oh, we faced them yesterday. Never mind. But yeah, we literally just faced them. Yesterday's Guild War was against the best guild in the bracket, or currently in our bracket. Cool. Okay. So how about Lado then? I don't think we faced the Lado guild, because that might be the other hard one, because they're the second highest, not counting our guild. So maybe we'll be up against them one of the final 2 days. Not sure if that helps us, though. It'd actually be more beneficial if we didn't. It's normally only beneficial if you're up against the main threat in your guild. It's not good if you keep fighting all the main threats. Like, ideally, what you want to have happen, in theory, like, let's say you are this guild right here in first place bracket, like this NA one, you wouldn't want to necessarily fight whoever's in second because they would be harder, or who's in third. You'd most likely want to just get, like, all of the lower ones. The only one that can sometimes be useful is if you fight the one directly below. And that might even be more useful for them because they're probably, well, then again, you can't change your teams preemptively to know. At least not anymore, because you used to actually be able to change your team so if, like, partner guilds could, like, cheese the leaderboard. But it would only be beneficial if these two guilds fight each other. And it would not be beneficial if the number one guild fights any of the other higher ones. Like, anything, like, right here, they would not want to face because it would be harder than the guilds that are right over here, where they could score much better off of. The only reason why it's beneficial if you fight to the one, like, directly below you is because you're also going to be giving them hard defend teams, so you might be able to effectively lower their score more than if you were fighting, like, something like this, where lowering their score wouldn't matter as much because the main threat is the one right below you, rather than the 1, 2 below you or 3 below you, which is kind of like our situation here in our current bracket, where we'd benefit a lot from fighting this guild, but we would not benefit as much from fighting either of these 3 guilds. We'd ideally want to see any of these 5 guilds as the ones that would pop up as our enemy for the next days, because they'd be easier to get score off of. Also, gosh, how many guilds do they have? Are all those NA guilds that same one? Because we actually have one of them in our bracket. Interesting. They're pretty low in our bracket, so that must be one of their smaller guilds. But they are indeed in this bracket. Anyways. I haven't been keeping track of what all the synergy kingdoms are these days. Too much drama. We just do our own thing. Anyways, let me go clear out dailies, then we'll go hand out a code, and then we'll mess with arena the rest of the time. Let's see. But yeah, we'll do 3 arena runs, might as well. Just need to figure out where owner of my Phoenicia build is. Claim all of our loot, hand out a code, and not mess around with that. If you haven't already, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. And if any of you have any questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. I'll hand out the code as soon as we clear out these, and then we'll go and mess with arena the rest of the time. For any of you interested in arena. Actually, we did a poll last time. I believe it was like 2/3 of people don't do arena. We only didn't do arena event once, and it was the Christmas weekend one. Or not the Christmas weekend one, but the one like around the holidays. Whatever weekend that was. Whatever the previous arena was, we didn't do just because it was during the holidays. Or during that kind of time frame. But every other arena we have done. It was just that was one of the outliers. Because the loot's just so bad, it's like, this time of year, it's probably not worth it. It generally isn't. I still just like doing them though. It's a change of pace if nothing else. I still wish arena would be work to be different than what it is though. You've been doing a lot of arena? Nice. Yeah, some people really enjoy it. Though based on past polling, it would appear most people don't. Though I do find it funny what the ratio of people who didn't like it but still were watching arena was last time. Because it was like overwhelmingly people not playing it, but people seem to like to actually watch playing arena. Which is a weird combination. I like that with the kind of teams that you tend to form out of arena. Because they're things you would never in a million years try to build as a natural team. But you're forced into due to how the drafting system for arena works. I can't remember when the last arena event was. I believe it was the week before the holidays. Because the weekend of the holidays was definitely a vault event. Hey, you're just here to keep me company. Well, thanks for that. It is greatly appreciated. It's always fun talking to you guys every single night. I do enjoy it quite a lot. Keeps me sane. Let's see, I'll throw that down. It ever so barely keeps me sane. Anyways, let me go give out a code. Let's see. Oh gosh, my other computer's being so slow. Stop being so slow. I clicked cut, and I'm still waiting on it to do the cut command. It is that slow. There it goes, now it did it. Though I still have several more clicks to get to where we need to get to. So we click there. Yeah, this computer definitely needs a restart. It's been idling all day, which might be the problem. Like, I need to make sure, like, an hour before every stream we restart this thing. Regardless of how long it's been on prior. Because, gosh, does it decide to be super slow some days. I'm about to just paste this into chat. Though it's currently just completely freeze-locked. It is stun-locked in lag. To the point where it doesn't even want to do anything at all. It is literally just a loading bar. Good job. Anyways, well, let me do this. Or is it still trying to shift a tab? Because that's going to be really annoying if so. Hello? Hello? I'm not sure what it's doing, but we'll have the code soon. Not sure what on earth it's trying to do. But it's trying to do something. As long as it lets me post this here. Let me see. There we go. I think I got it. Please? Hello? Slow computer? Would you like to do anything? Hello? I clicked paste. Please? I'm about to just say it aloud at this point, though I can't currently visibly see it, so that'd be kind of hard to do. There we go. Okay, I think we got it. I think. I clicked enter on the code. Okay, the code should be in chat now. Wow, that was a annoying process. Just to get that there. But yeah, I can't claim it at the moment. There's no way. That computer is just being way too glacially slow, the other one. Alright, there you guys go. There's a redeem code. You guys know where to use it by now. Does the computer feel hot? No. It's actually pretty cold. Surprisingly. Is it an old code? Oh no. There might not be any way to go get a newer code. I can go try real quick. Let's see. Is that actually an old code? Because I can't even check because it's not wanting to load. Let's see. Alright, let me try this again then. 1 second. Round 2. Okay, this one worked a lot quicker for some reason. But there you guys go. Alright, let's figure out what our draft is. Deal some damage to an enemy if they are our boss. Deal 3 times to 5 times damage based on my Ascension, Silence, and the 2 adjacents. So basically, he's mostly just going to be used for the Silence. Steal 5 life from an enemy, inflict Death Mark to a random enemy, and Lycanthropy. No. These are all pretty bad. Though if any of them were not as bad, it's that one. Let's see. Destroy a column, deal a bunch of damage to the last enemy, boosted by Brown Gem Destroyed, so you could basically one-shot stuff. You kind of do the same thing, but with Board Control. Though the other one does Board Control too, but in a different way. Double Charmer can be good, but we're going to go for this guy due to good boost ratio. Next, drain up to 8 mana from an enemy. 4% chance to devour them for each skull on the board. That's not horrible. The problem is your mana color is so bad. That could also kind of work. I might just have to go Soothsayer though, because we already kind of have a build going. And then we just get something that covers anything. This is such a bad team. We'll roll with it though. So I actually want this to be in first. Soothsayer kind of sits there, and then we put our best one over there. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to have it like that. Soothsayer is our backline tank. Hey, let's just roll with that. Bit of a weird team, but it should functionally work to enough of a degree to win. Doesn't have to be the best arena team, it just has to be good enough to get there. In a somewhat timely manner. So this is not too horrifically bad. And this is in the category of not too horrifically bad. It's pretty close to bad. But should at least be doable. The problem is we basically only have 2 troops. And one of them is going to die pretty quickly to skulls. We can get a lot of mana accumulation off of Soothsayer though. So it's not too bad. So we take the skull there. So this should almost one-shot anything we touch. I boost space on Brown and a column. The only problem is every column only has 1, so it's only going to be 17 damage right now. Which is not enough damage to kill. That's guaranteed silence to adjacents, which is actually a really good disable. He's gonna get a skull there. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's see. There's still no double brown area. But we have double things that can backshot, I guess, so we'll do that. Throw the other one to poke it down. We have a lot of backshot damage. Like a lot of backshot damage. Like pretty much everything will be doing something to backslot. Because one will be silencing it in many situations and the other 2 will be damaging it directly. So our last slot basically never gets to do anything. Especially since it's probably mana blocked in a lot of situations as well. Ideally on every starting board we actually do kind of want to take purple. Purple and green, oddly enough. Purple, green, brown, red. Pretty much every color we use, except blue. Are like the main priorities when we're first starting out. Okay, so this is 11 damage to anything I want, and I can raise it to 12. However, I'd rather just do this now. Go for mana accumulation follow-up. Which gives us enough to mana accumulation follow-up again. Though before I do want this poke. Because that brings him into kill range. Unfortunately, it gets a lot of mana there. And gets a barrier on something that was about to die. Vine Martin has enough to kill. Also, I just realized this team's going to be bad against barrier spam. We don't have a good way to work around that. I can only remove barrier very well from whatever their first slot is. But the problem is our entire team is based around back hitting the enemy team. Which makes it a lot harder to do anything to them. So barrier spam is actually a bit of an issue. I really need my mana generator to get up. We don't have any multi-hit, which is a problem. Like, not everyone's going to have barrier spam, though, luckily. But when it comes up, it is going to be very annoying for this team to deal with. So I wish there was a bigger skull on the board. We just killed off of that. Okay, we'll take that down. Grab our red, kill him out, and be good to go. Didn't they do a Halloween stream? I'm pretty sure they did. It wasn't much of a Halloween stream, but I'm pretty sure they did kind of do one. Like, they did a stream, it just wasn't like a proper Halloween stream. But they did do a stream around that time. I think it was like their alternative to a Halloween stream. But I'm not sure what they've been up to lately. They've been doing a lot less of everything. Let's see. Take that down. So I'm really curious to see how much of a mess the release of Puzzle Quest 3 will be. That'll be fun to watch. I'll still be covering some guides on it though. We have the resources to cover a guide on pretty much anything in that game at this point. And with an official 1.0 release, the stuff I go over shouldn't change anytime soon. At least for launch anyways, for people playing the first few months. Let's see, we'll take that over. But yeah, I believe it's coming out fully on Android, Steam, and iOS then. I know for sure Steam, which is the only one I care about. And obviously they've been having the beta going on forever on the Android one. It's actually been pretty much a year now of beta. Because I believe it started in March of last year. And it is now currently almost March of this year. Not quite though. So it basically would have been a 1-year beta then. Which sounds about right. That's about how long betas normally go. So that reminds me, I haven't checked on Darkest Dungeon 2 in forever. I wonder if they've done anything. Honestly, while Darkest Dungeon 2 is not a bad game, I think I like Darkest Dungeon 1 more. At least in its current state. That could change once it's fully done. But, I feel like they made a better game the first time around. It could be different once it's fully done. Like, visually it has a few things going for it and other stuff, but as far as actual gameplay, it's not that much better than the first one. I feel like the biggest issue with the current gameplay of that game is one run takes like 5 hours. Which is a time investment so high that it's normally not worth playing. Because it's a game that's a lot harder to play in like bursts. Like you have to sit down and like really be invested into playing the game if you're going to be playing the game. Which makes it a hard game to just slightly play. Because it's not structured well for doing so. Whereas the first game was way better at that. Because a single small run was like, what, 10 minutes? Maybe some of the longer ones like 20, 30 minutes. But they weren't like 5 hours long. Let's see, we'll take that over. Yeah, I haven't played Darkest Dungeon 2 since we last streamed it. And we last streamed it in like December. It's like early December, I'm pretty sure. That's how long it has been. I haven't played it for like 2 months now. I forgot you auto hit last slot. I was like trying to target it as if it could. That's quite. Also, for how bad this team is, I'm surprised how well it's doing. It's not the most incoherent team we've ever made, but it's far from where we want a team to be. Luckily, this thing alone is like the main reason why we're kind of in it, though. It actually has 2 OK boost ratios. Like that one for a common's kind of decent. And that one just has really good backline hitting. And I guess in combination they kind of work out. Because we basically devoured their team from the back and work our way up. Also getting high skull damage pressure on the front. I was going to say, what's in our mail? It's the arena thing. Alright, we got 1 offer down. 2 to go. Okay, inflict bleed to an enemy. If they use blue mana, inflict it's twice more. There's a 5% chance to devour them per lycanthropy. No, thank you. Can we not get lycanthropy options for every single thing? Destroy a column, deal a bunch of splash damage to a random enemy, boosted by blue gems destroyed. This is really good. The problem is it's random, but it's so much damage that we take it. This is really good because it's double poke. It's also double poison. This thing's like broken beyond belief in arena. Deal damage to an enemy, some insta-kill chance, cleanse. Deal damage to an enemy if they're 13 plus brown, deal triple. The chance that this will actually do anything is so unlikely, so I'm just taking based on what color we need at this point, and it is you. And then lastly, we need, I guess, round 2 of Hammerhead. Because everything else here, not that good. Okay, so... the only problem is who on earth is our first slot? I guess we do this. Whoever we sacrifice, there's not an extra copy of you. I think I just put all my front-loaded damage up there. And just have it like that. This is a really heavy damage team that doesn't coordinate too well with each other. But it should be so much damage that we just win before it's a problem. Because ideally what you want to do is just get both of these two up immediately, cast them, and then win. That's pretty much the entire strategy. Let's do this. Destroy a column. Hope for a green right there. Didn't get it, but we got an extra turn red, oddly enough. We then cast this. Double damage, double poison. And now we just cast them again and it wipes. Which is pretty much the whole combo here. Like, these two kind of synergize with each other. The rest of the team, not so much. But these are just two really good damage sources. Particularly the Wyvern. Like, this one relative to Epics isn't that good. Though is decent enough to get the job done. But this one relative to Ultra Rares is absurdly broken. It might actually be one of the highest damaging overall damage casts in all of Arena for an Ultra Rare. Mostly because the amount of poison damage you get over time. Because if you account for that much damage on top of its double poke. Because it's doing a already decent amount of damage to two enemies. And then it's also poisoning them, which is so much damage over time. And it's double poison as well. Meaning that you're probably poisoning whatever the remaining is left of the team. Because you're going to double hit the first two and then they slowly get chipped down and then die. And then anything that's surviving is poison, taking damage over time. Oh, you were mentioning a way to reward console games? Oh yeah, they were kind of mentioning that at the time. You are correct. They were kind of trying to find a way to get console people to also get codes or, you know, something similar, if not directly codes. They never did get around to that, did they? But yeah, I do recall them mentioning that during the Halloween stream thing that you were talking about. Because I was going to say, I know for sure they did a Halloween kind of stream. It wasn't like a big thing that they normally do, but they still did a thing. But yeah, during it they mentioned the whole, like, they might start giving stuff to consoles. In some kind of alternative means. They never did get around to that, though. Okay, we'll take that over. Double poke it again for really good value. What's even funnier is it is possible that it double dips onto the same unit. Because you can also poison something that you're tapping, like we just were in this situation. Okay, so this thing's chance to insta-kill is actually a 3% base. So if we actually insta-kill on this, we are absurdly lucky today. Because every time we cast it, we're going to have a 3% or 6% chance to kill. Because it's base 3% plus 3% per Doomskull on the board. The problem is there's never going to be any more Doomskull on the board unless we just get it from this guy. And even then, there's only going to be like 1 or 2 on any given time. Meaning at most, its insta-kill chance is going to be like 9% or something. And even then, it's going to be a rare situation. Normally, it's just going to be 3%. Which is absurdly low. There's a good chance we will hit it 0 times this entire arena run. I'd actually be surprised if we even hit it a single time. And that's match. Just gotta poke him. We have no way to know if it would insta-kill on those kind of instances, though. Because half the time it's just gonna be cleaning up whatever the kill is anyways. Oh yeah, we will be streaming Pokemon Legends Arceus this weekend. I'm not sure if they're working, though. So, if they are making too much noise, we'll have to figure out something with that. They actually didn't today, which is nice. But it's mostly because the weather was, like, horrible today. So, might make it more likelier they'll be here this weekend. I'm not sure. Their schedule tends to be whenever they're available. They just do it. As long as weather provided. But we will be doing the Pokemon Legends Arceus this weekend. Ideally both on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, I'll take that over. Grab the red over there. Get our poke. Oh yeah, I forgot, we gotta destroy a column, don't we? What's your boost ratio again? It should be... Oh, is it blue? I was doing it based on yellow. Whoops. Slight mistake. What do we need here? I'll take a double poke into poison. And that is match. And make sure to actually hit on blue. Oh! That hit the wrong one. They both double tapped the same unit and it didn't die. Whoops. Because both the Doom Skull 5 poke and the splash, or you know, the main damage, not the splash itself, hit the same unit. If the damage would have hit the other unit and the Doom Skull the other one, the splash would have been enough to kill both. But it did it in inverse order, making it get hit by slightly less damage. I will take that, get Weavern. First turn Weavern, that is strong. I'll take a Skull Poke first though. Oh, I should have taken red there. No, I don't need the color. I am so blind to any color we're not using in a lot of situations. Because my brain's like, oh, I don't need that color. And then I'll like skip on the 4 times extra turn. Like you need the extra turn, obviously. But I like think I don't need the color, so I just ignore the color. And then it leads to that situation where I just give the enemy an extra turn. Pretty sure I'm not the only one that does that sometimes. I do that a lot more in Arena though. Because it's more likely your Arena is missing a color. So I tend to not pay as much attention to that color. And then it leads to them getting value off that color because I forgot to take the extra turn. Something like a Rowan team, you actually deliberately do it because it's quicker for the AI to take it than yourself. And something like Arena, you normally don't want to. Unless you know for sure you're in a state of in the battle that you're going to just auto-win anyways. One more, and then we have a whole nother Arena run to go do. And that'll be the last one for tonight. Oh, so hello, Hunter! Welcome, welcome. Let's see. But I almost feel like repolling how many people do the Arena event. I think last time it showed like 30 or 40% of people. I think it was 30-something% actually do the Arena event. I wonder if that number actually gets lower over time. Because technically, as the game keeps progressing, you naturally need Arena less and less because of how bad the drop table is, or you know, the loot for it. Because as your tribute gets higher and you just have more resources accumulated, the actual reward for Arena becomes increasingly less enticing. It gives us something to do on weekends where there is an Arena event, though. Ooh. That's not a horrible offer. Like, if we were early on in this game, this is like an auto take. However, I am going to pass on it. Just because I personally don't need it. His overall gem value is insanely good. One of the best offers you can get. The problem is I don't really need event keys. Which makes it not that worth it. Anyways, let's go do one more Arena run. So we got the last one for the stream. Shade of Karendare. Also, so far we've done it with no repick. I guess we'll make this a no repick weekend as well. Doing the entirety of Arena without ever repicking a single time. Deal 10 damage to an enemy. If there are undead, deal double damage, and there's a 50% chance to gain 5 life. Or, sorry, 50% to devour them, and then gain 5 life. So it's basically an anti-undead. Which, it's a good true damage counter, if nothing else. We're going to take this, though, because if they have a red... So this counter's undead hard, but it's more likely they'll have a red. So if they have a red, we just auto one-shot whatever the red is. This might be good for silence. It's also pretty tanky. Its damage isn't the greatest, though. That thing needs to get a kill. Yeah, we're going to just go for it. It covers colors we don't have yet on the team. Oh, we can actually cover all the colors now. Deal 6 damage to the last 2 enemies. Inflict a random status effect to them, then poison them. Oh, you know what? This is almost like that one, Ultra Rare, except weaker, but still usable. Her mana costs a bit higher, though, and their damage is actually lower, oddly enough. Alright, so we now cover every single color, so whatever we take here can be pretty much anything. Destroy 7 random gems and create 7 purple, or RNG machine. They both have the same stats, so it really comes down to what cast we want and what color we want. Which one's more important to not block? I guess technically, gosh, they really have all the same stats, even the same mana. Also, that's funny, we got lucky 7s, 777. I want to screenshot that, that's funny. The 777. I think we actually take Brownie. I feel like I would normally take Wraith in this situation. But, a little bit of poke damage in that. So a little bit more consistent. Even though this guy can kind of go crazy. We just don't have true damage to synergize with the other one. Otherwise, I probably would take it. Okay, how on earth do I want to structure this team? I might actually want to put my biggest tank in first. You know what, I'm actually going to put the Brownie in first. Put the Sister up there. Put our Blast Cannon as our backline tank and keep him in the safest location. Which might seem a little bit weird, but he's still a 15 damage poke. And if they have any amount of red, it's still going to be a good cleanup option. He also has the most single target damage of anything on our team, which is relevant for that. I love doing arena events, said no one ever. Oh no, I like doing them. I wouldn't say I love them. They're definitely not my favorite feature in the game. I don't feel like I have as much of a vendetta against them compared to the average person, though. Let's see. Mostly because the kind of teams that you make are literally like one-off teams that you're never going to see ever again, which is kind of fun when the meta is like so ridiculously structured right now and like mathematically figured out to the T. It is fun doing teams that are just completely off meta that should never ever be built under any circumstance other than arena. Alright, so she's basically just a weaker version of the thing we had earlier, which makes sense. She's a rare instead of an ultra rare. I mean, yeah, a rare instead of ultra rare, I was right. I don't have a cascade for that, so we're just gonna go get a silence up. Luckily, that hit exactly the thing that was about to cast. Kind of convenient. Oh no. He also killed immediately as we were about to cast. Okay, could I just get mana on you? Because you literally one-shot anything you touch at this point. Because you do triple damage to red, which is 45 damage, and they have 2 red. So if we could just get mana for you, we just win. I'm gonna silence one. We one-shot whatever the one that didn't get silenced is, so we'll take that. You get one-shotted. And now all we have to do is just poke you with literally anything, and that is anything. There we go. 1 down, 4 to go. And then we'll end it there. Is there no way to save metal configuration with a team, right? No, there's no way to attach a metal configuration to a team. It's a feature that a lot of people want, though it is currently not within the game. If they ever figure out how to code it properly without it completely breaking, they might add it to the game. However, that is not currently the case. However, they might eventually have a better system for it than what currently exists. Because they did mention what the current system is probably isn't going to stay like that forever. They'll eventually like figure something out for it. However, this has been like 2 years now, and they still haven't really structured it in a proper way quite yet. Okay, so let me do this. I need to poke his first slot so he can go kill it with a one-shot. So I'm going to do this. Ideally, he'll just poke a skull, which is perfectly fine. I'm actually going to let him hit us because I want to kill him right here. We then go double... Actually, I do go for skull here, and then we double tap his backline. We got a bleed on him, so he should just die between bleed and poison. So it's basically just 1 troop left that we have to kill. I actually have to wait the timer out, though. Oh, never mind. And now we won. Because I was going to say, we want to wait for the other one to die before we blast cannon, though he kind of just died to skulls, so there we go. It did it for us. Anyways, let's go move the green over there, get a bunch of mana, let him do whatever. Let's go take a red over there and hope for green off the sky. Didn't get it. I'll throw down a silence there. Get that down. I'll take a bunch of blue. Throw down a skull. Oh, does he have red? Yes, he has multiple reds. I need that mana. Why does it feel like every single battle, when they have a billion reds, we just cannot find his mana? A little unfortunate. Is that our only move? I'm trying to find a better one, but it might be our only move on the entire board. I'm pretty sure, unless I missed something there. I killed one of my units. Luckily, it's not one of the more consequential ones. I just realized his entire team is red when I have triple damage to red. That almost never happens. We got really lucky this time. Normally, whenever I have like a hard counter to a typing or a color, that typing or color never appears, ever. Like a single time in any battle, under any circumstance. But we actually have a triple red troop while having an entire team of red enemies. Or it was until he got a summon there. Which is exceedingly rare to see. And now he only has 1 unit left that we could just one-shot if we could ever surge. There we go. And now we get to do 45 damage to him, which even without the triple damage is already enough to kill. Which is exceedingly overkill. Let's see. But if anyone else has any questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Because as soon as we finish out this arena, we'll probably call it a wrap for the night. Well, we'll go one-shot the only red he has, because nothing else is in kill range unless I target the red. We'll take the purple for the double stats effect. I got double freeze. Does it always do the same one? I guess it does. That would make sense. It's 2 random stats effects, but they both roll the same thing every time. Like double silence right there, for example. Alright, so they're just gonna die to poison, so we only really have one unit left that we have to deal with in his first slot. I just realized this doesn't do poke damage. It kind of does with the destroy. Why did I think it did 7 damage as well? I thought it did 7 damage, destroy 7 gems, and create 7 purple. Also, I just realized we truly got 777 earlier when we had it, because even he has all the 7s. It's kind of funny that we chose him. Also, why did I do that first? I should have waited till the other one died. Whoops. It's not too big a deal, though, because we win right here. Alright, final one. Let's see what we get here. See what we get for the daily offer. I thought that was a curse gnome for a second. I was like, wait, what? That shouldn't be an arena. Because then the vault trips are actually in the arena draft. Not a single one. I just realized, I just took a skull on something that we could already have the one-shot for. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually not going to take another skull because it's not enough to kill. I'm going to do that, even though that's exceedingly overkill. And there we go. Now we mostly just want to find some purple mana, which the easiest way to do that is just cast that. Ideally we get to do it again. Unfortunately, he's going to Thrall here. However, Thrall is pretty useless in Arena. Outside of Arena is one of the most broken commons in the entire game, though inside the context of Arena, he's a lot more like he used to be back in the day, which is basically just an average mana accumulator that hurts himself. So he's not too relevant in Arena, but is extremely relevant outside of Arena. Because once he starts getting magic, he's just absolutely insane value relative to mana costs. Please stop killing my team. I need that team to kill you back. Let's see, we'll take the red there. Whatever this touches dies. Ideally, it does not touch the thing. So you know what? I'm actually going to just do this. And then we won. Because that worst comes to worst, he would have cast it again and killed himself out. There we go. Okay, what do we get for our last offer? Anything good? No, but wow, why is that offer so bad value? Even if that was 100 gems, I'm not sure I would go for it. Like 100 gems discounted to 90. Like, that's still a questionable buy. Actually, for that much, it actually would be worth it. If it was, like, 150's the most they could ever charge for this to be worth it. At no point in the game would paying more than 150 for this exact amount of loot ever be worth it. Because you can just throw the daily thing that you have and get more value. Like, why would you ever buy this for 500, reduced down to 450, when you could just buy this every single day? If you go to games and go to dungeons and then click on offer, not that one, but the non-money one, for 50 gems, you get 20 diamonds, 100 amethysts, and all, you know, all that loot. So if you buy this 10 times, you have 200 diamonds. Well, technically, if you count all that, you actually have 240 diamonds, at minimum, like 100 of every single color thing, and a few other loot. And it would have cost you the same amount as if you would have done the other thing. Like, even if you only bought this once every single day of the week, for 7 total, because of Diamond Day as well, for the really good day where it's always worth it. That's only 350 gems, and it gives you substantially more loot than that 500 gem offer that was reduced to 450. I don't understand why it's so absurdly expensive. Like, I think we have one in our normal offers too today that are kind of same useless offer. Don't I? No, I don't today. But, yeah, I'm not sure why the value of that thing is so bad. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But anyways, guys, unfortunately, I didn't get lucky with Imperial or anything else. Or War Coins, because you can get War Coins that way as well. Anyone still missing War Coins, it's probably a good idea to mess with the Arena event at least this week if you don't already do it as a daily. Because all 3 of those offers can be War Coins. It's rare that it is, but it can be. We're mostly looking for Imperials more so than anything. And anything that isn't completely awful like the one we just saw. But anyways, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. We should be doing Pokemon probably midday on the other 2 days as well. And then we'll go from there and just kind of do our normal Gems of War thing. Mostly messing with the Arena event, obviously finishing out Guild Wars at the beginning of every single stream. And on Sunday, we'll kind of go over all the spoilers for the week and everything from there. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Best of luck with everything. And I will catch you guys later. Stay safe out there. And thanks for watching as always. Greatly appreciated. See you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And enjoy the weekends.